The Everdrive is the flash cart for the Nintendo 64 that allows you to play almost any ROM on your actual console. You do this by putting your ROMs onto this SD card. This is the Everdrive's menu. As you can see, you can change your wallpapers on the Everdrive, which is a pretty cool feature. They've got a lot of cool wallpapers. It doesn't come with all these pre-installed, but there's lots of places you can download them at. I'll probably leave a link in the description. One of the main reasons to get an Everdrive is because you can literally put every single Nintendo 64 game there is onto it. And it sorts it in alphabetical order too, so the games are really easy to find. Like for instance, if I had all 296 games, it'd be hard to find them on a shelf, but it's easy to pick it from a menu. My favorite feature of the Everdrive is the fact that you can play hacked games. Some of my favorites are the GoldenEye hacks. My personal favorite GoldenEye hack has to be the Peach's Castle one from Super Mario 64. We do have a lot of other levels you can play, like the Block Fort from Mario Kart and a couple others. Just recently in the last year, Mario Party has started getting hacked too, so there's a lot of custom Mario Party maps you can play also. Another one of my favorite hacks is called 19XX-TE. It's a hack for Super Smash Bros. It allows you to be able to play on more stages and have more costumes and just more options, pretty much. There's also a hack released about a month ago where you can play as a bunch of custom characters in Mario Kart 64. Although there are a lot of Mario 64 hacks online, only a select few work with the Everdrive. Some of my favorites would be the meme one like Fidget Spinner 64. There are a couple full ROM hacks available, like Super Mario 74, which has 150 stars and like a bunch of levels. Banjo-Kazooie also has a fair bit of hacks for it too. And the good thing about Banjo-Kazooie hacks is that every single one will run on an actual console on an Everdrive. One reason why I like the Everdrive so much is because I like to hack games myself. This Banjo-Kazooie hack is actually a hack that I made, and it's nice being able to test them on actual console. On the Everdrive, you are able to play Ocarina of Time Master's Quest, which is pretty much an unreleased game for the Nintendo 64, and there are also a couple other Ocarina of Time hacks you can play too. There are also some tech demos and homebrews that were made in the early 2000s. This one, Two Blokes and an Armchair, is definitely my favorite just because of how absurd it is. The Everdrive also has a built-in NES emulator, which is really nice to play NES games, but for some reason I can only play them with my capture card and not when it's hooked up to my TV. There's two downfalls to the Everdrive in my opinion. The first, the game only resaves on a reset. So if you are playing like Ocarina of Time for 2 hours and you shut off the console, it will not save, even if you press save. You have to reset the console and then it saves. This has been fixed in the newest version of the Everdrive, but I'm not sure if it's worth spending an extra $50 just to have that save feature. That's up to you to decide. The other bad thing about the Everdrive is that it doesn't properly play Pokemon Stadium 2. it does not pop up the pictures correctly because of the way it was programmed. Overall, I highly recommend the Everdrive for anybody who has a Nintendo 64 and likes to play it. The main reasons why is just being able to have all the games on one cart is so convenient. There's so many times I'll take like my Nintendo 64, 4 controllers, and an Everdrive over to a friend's house, and it's so much easier than hauling like 10 or 15 good games you want to play that night. And also, every time you take a game out of your Nintendo 64, you're slightly damaging the pins, and just having just that one game in there protects your console a little bit too. If you're interested in buying an Everdrive, go to the site at the top. They sell the version 2.5 and the version 3 there. The main difference between the 2.5 and the 3 is that the 3, you do not have to reset your console to save. It'll save normally like any other 64 game. And version 3 has a real-time clock in it, and the only game that uses that is Animal Crossing. So if you want to play Animal Crossing and saving is important, I'd recommend version 3. But myself, I have version 2.5. Version 2.5 is, in my opinion, probably the one to go for. Thanks for watching. If you could leave a like and a comment, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm planning on releasing a lot more videos in the future, so if you hit that subscribe button, you'll stay posted.